next to the stage. Give them warm welcome to Santa Rose. And Liz, you are on deck.
I'm Jenna Rose Drake, and this is Look, Do You See? Look at that girl. Go on, look. In case you haven't noticed, she's always hiding behind a book. She hides from the pain she feels again and again. Look at that girl. See that smile on her face? Well, if you'd look a while longer, you'd see that it's all just an act because she's made herself a pact to hide the hurt. But look under the mask. There's really not much left but hurt and dirt. Look at that girl. When she was a child, they just broke her joy. The boy on the playground, the girl whose life seemed like it was just always a whirl. When she was a kid, her life was put up for bid, and she's still losing. So why do they find it amusing? The few friends she has are enough to keep her here. The thought that one friend would miss her, that one person would feel pain in her absence is enough to keep her tied to this earthly plane. But the rain falls down like daggers every day. Look at that girl. Go on. I want you to see her. Trust me, you know her. If it's not ringing a bell, then I guess I'll just have to tell you. That girl is me. Look under my mask, my happy mask. See these scars of torment, their pain I can hardly bear. But it can't be just me. Maybe if I showed the whole world my depression, they would understand, and maybe it would just magically go away. But until that time, I'll keep my mask on. Can't be just me. Do you see me now? Do you see us?
Power clap? I just wanted more. I was like, what? Up next, welcome Liz to the stage. Kelsey Welch is on deck.
I'm Miss Cassiano, and my poem is called Catalyst. They say that forgiveness, as a virtue, is one of the most essential to live with yourself. That to live and let live, to let go of the past. And that letting go of the past will set you free. But the astounding repercussions of your word last a lifetime for me, in a mere fleeting moment for you. A fleeting moment in which you sought a higher power for yourself, your harsh realities and false brutalities, like an acid you injected into my veins as you carelessly stained the brick wall canvas that we're all painting our self-worth on. And when I tried to escape your hypodermic needles, the sterilized pricks, the unnecessary upheavals you wheedled and relented that you never really meant it. Filled a syringe with a saline solution instead, because you needed me to remain your catalyst. So with the absence of violent thunder, I breathed in deep and pushed the plunder. And every time I tried to run, you insisted it was a joke. Well, what a joke it was as I stood vulnerable and slipped in front of the mirror, making the saline in my blood turn cold and transposed into bleach instead. A fleeting moment sounding for a lifetime from the illusions you fed. The bleach inside my veins was drawn out by your stabbing words as you threw me into thorns, and the bleach from the scratches washed over to destroy everything I painted on the brick wall canvas. Mirrors and illusions shattered by healing the contusions, till all that remained was the faded outline of graffiti. So if reconciling with the past is essential to be happy and finally live. But even when you keep hating yourself, rating yourself, finding every flaw, something goes wrong and you start blaming yourself, what about then? You're the one person you can't forgive. When the scars from your needles and slashes flow through the body you taught me to hate. When I see you in the hallways years later and the thin with these slashes reunite with their maker. When every fiber in my being is straining and I feel my fist clenching. And all the hate I possess is gaining and the setting of fire inside me flaming. The sound of your ruthless laughing, my self-control is cracking. Because for so long, karma has an unfair absence. While the remnants of the acid inside my veins relapse and feed the fire inside. Yet, I wait and do nothing as you pass by. Because forgiveness, as a virtue, has no place for people like you.
Power clap. Up next to the stage, bringing up Kelsey Welch. But on deck, we have the duo of Jacob and Eric.
This is highly true. It's hard to understand the thoughts of others, what they're thinking, how they're feeling. Throughout the day, we see things, some not even true, covered with a mask. You might be thinking, heck, she's got it all. She's as happy as can be. What could possibly be wrong with her life? You may not see it, but my life isn't all that great. I have struggles that you may not understand. But as kids, did we have to hide all the bad things in our lives? Did you forget those days when no one judged each other, everything was nice and pretty, and everyone remained equals? It's hard to think that there was a day when everyone laughed and played and didn't care what they were like. Nowadays, what do you call yourself? The caretaker? The truth maker? Would you have a friend in need, or just be the anchor pulling them down? Are you too blind to see the damage that's left behind? All the pain and suffering without a care in mind? Do you like hurting others, making them feel worthless, a piece of dust you didn't want to pick up? Was I really that worthless? Feeling invisible in your presence, I was ignored and pushed away, blending into my surroundings like a chameleon, beginning to feel like I was in a delay. Some girl could pull me down. I questioned who I am, wondered what I did wrong in this wicked, twisted daydream. This dream is full of what, you may ask? Well, it's judgmental. Why is she like this? Is that really who you are? I know that I'm shy, but why does that matter? I talked to you with no problem, or at least I did. You know, when we were young, when things like shyness didn't matter, because we could be ourselves, and the rest just whatever. But the thing is, this dream just won't stop. It's all real. I live it every day of my life. Do you know what you did? The words you said that made me weep. For you, just to get ahead. You didn't know it, but I heard you in the halls with someone else, calling me a dork, freak, geek. I mean, how can I possibly understand? We used to be friends. Why would you say that about me? How could you say that about me? Or do you just see me as shy? Because popularity was more important. Your image was all you cared about. To be loved by everyone, but you couldn't figure it out. Will you be a shoulder to cry on? Because I was your shoulder. I cared for you and put you before myself. But as we grew older, you grew colder. You put your mask on, making sure you cover up the ugly truth within. No one saw you close up. Everyone portrays you as perfect. Your personality and appearance. They may say you got it all, but in fact, none of that is true. My thoughts are spinning round and round, playing the same tune in my head, thinking what to do, what's the next path for me. My heart just can't take it. Before it splits in two, a poisonous thing occurs. It starts to turn. B-L-U-E. Blue. Do I have permission to scream and shout? Just let it all out. The misery that you brought me, beyond any doubt. The things that you did to me, it was unbelievable, hard to comprehend, too unspeakable, because you can't try to change me. I am who I am, 100% me. And so what if that involves being shy? Someone else will love me for me. The one that, yeah, I have flaws, but who doesn't? No one can be perfect, not even you. But that's the beauty in life. No two people are the same. So why try to hide who you are? You just gotta learn to be yourself.
Power clap. So next on stage, Jacob and Eric. Group piece. On deck, Greg Harvey.
Alright, I'm Jacob, this is Eric, and our proposal is You Think You Know.
Volleyball has always been my favorite sport. Every time I play, I leave it all in the court. Look straight ahead, I see the little libero. I find the weak spot and fire my black arrow. All match long, I serve ace, ace, ace. Even smash kids right in the face. Man, those kids got domed. Off the court they ran as they cried and moaned.
Your story is great and I hate to interfere, but I have something better you may want to hear. I swept my competition at last night's meet. Ask anyone, because in the pool, I was the one to beat. I take my mark and hear the buzzer sound, release my grip and flood to the battleground. I reach the end and look for my reward, my name in first place, plastered on the scoreboard.
I see why you think you are the best, but I see no reason to put your skill to the test. In beach, my partner and I took first in state. That shows my skill for volleyball. It's not up for debate.
You're afraid to let the ball hit the ground? I consider your skill, but it has yet to be found. You run around the court like a guinea pig. Under water's pressure, you'd snap like a twig.
I took third in the nation, nothing to brag about. If I played you in volleyball, it would be lights out. You swim in a pool all day, you think that is cool? I did that in my bathtub since I was old enough to drool.
In 2 feet of water, I'm surprised you didn't drown. For your level, a kiddie pool might leave you face down. Get on the block and get ready to fall. I'll lap you twice before you reach the wall.
Well, I see what you mean, so I won't contest. In the pool, you beat me in nothing flat. But on the volleyball court, I'm the best. One serve with the ball, and I'd win like that.
Good point. I'd rather not get drilled in the face. I'll accept your skill and knowledge of the game. I don't like your team sport. I prefer a close race, so I will see our opposing skills as one and the same.
You may be different by means of play, but a race in the pool may end unexpected.
I like to see you choke on what you say. There's only one way to see the winner respected. Challenge accepted.
Power clap.
Can not.
Greg Harvey. On deck, we have Brian.
Yo. Hey. Alright, this one's called Why God Why.
There you go.
See, I'm only one human. Save others, pray to God that I heal him. The struggle that you couldn't understand. Life and death just waiting in God's hands. Take back the worst words you've ever said. And think back to the best times you've ever had. They say life just moves on and it's just a struggle. To write and go on makes me want to rage. Forget cancer, why her? God's not giving answers. Being patient and waiting and making conversation. It's not the same when your heart starts to get to racing. New news got your heart breaking. Now I'm stuck in this situation. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. See, I'm only one human. Thanks.
Power clap.
This one's gonna be
Brian coming up to the stage. On deck is Mario.
Hello, my name is Ryan Richter and the title of my poem is Infinity. Infinity is a ridiculous notation. Its identity is completely out of human comprehension. Its vastness surpasses the furthest of reaches of all masterly crafted ideas beyond speeches. This symbol of immortal relations is an infinitesimal particle of intended implication. There is no entity that can compare to this mark, not even the sum of every up part. Yet this prayer to subsist to convey the impossible, to and though it does not and cannot exist, it as an idea persists.
Power clap. Up next on the stage, we have Mario. On deck is Danica. I hope I said her name right. Mario.
Okay, the title of my piece is Your Love's Like a River. By the way, my name is Mario. Oh, endless river, pour into my heart and wear out this hurt. Help me to stay on this narrow path I so thankfully found. I don't want to walk the broad road that is much taken, the road that leads to destruction. This river consists of everything you are. Failure is not a factor for this river. I am safe with this holy flowing water that holds peace and unbending joy. Promise is this river, locked so tightly, no key could open. Oh, if I could just grasp everything you are, if I could just have that feeling with me every day like I do when I sing sweet songs of worship. I will come to this river when the weight of this world is too heavy to carry, when the negatives and evil try and stab at my mind, when temptation is calling my name, when my knees are about to buckle from lost hope, when I need you most, when I'm falling. And I will cast it onto you because you catch me, because you define trustworthy. Oh, if I could just walk in you, guide. You are drawn in your kingdom, the eternal home at this very moment, is my vocal cords you graciously allowed for me to have tell these words. Thank you. This river so pure, where the rays of the sun pierce the water, giving this glow to the rocks below. This river so full of not just love, but love that is beyond true, that I cannot define definitions of words in a dictionary to tell you. Oh, if I could just focus on your promises and not all the problems this world brings to me. I know I'm not close to my Father on earth, but I'm truly thankful and blessed to say I'm a child of the Most High God, to say you love me. I live for you solely because you died for me. You knew every sin I was going to commit, and you paid the price on the cross. You were beat to death for me, for you. By your stripes we are now healed. This man who gave his life for us is not dead. He is risen. He is not just sitting in the sky, pointing fingers. No, he is alive. Blessing those who love him, healing those who cry for him. Come as you are and ask. I come to this river to give thanks for catching a glimpse to help remove this blindfold from my eyes and allow me to see a new vision, a vision of flourishing faith, a vision of hope. Oh, Jesus, who paid it all. Your love is much stronger than any human relation has to offer. Your love is like a river. I love you. Oh, if I could just make someone a follower today, if I could help someone catch just a glimpse. This is how I feel about my God, my only God, the only God. Now go, and feel this love.
Power clap. Up next, Annika will grace us on the stage. Jessica Berry on deck.
Hi guys, I'm Annika. I was supposed to be Iris, but I'm going to read a different poem. It's called Unspoken Child. A child, a unique, suppressed child, roams the corridors in which we all know. A child, a neural, desperate, confused child, fearful to let friendships grow. Society was her ruler, and struggle in this imaginative kingdom was merely a plateau. Life was inevitably challenging for her. Kindness was aboriginal. Happiness was a blur. By the age of 8, society had separated this child from the means of acceptable. Her abnormal movements and gestures forced this poor child, to cloak herself with a counterfeit vesture. Memories that would haunt, attitudes that would flaunt, and people that would taunt this weak, vulnerable child. Even if acceptance is all this child would want. A child, that unique suppressed child, was undoubtedly me. Surprised? Might that inner child question? Here she is, that inner child, who never had the courage to mention that she had to work 10 calibers harder just to receive a fraction of ardor, just to walk a straight line, talk in equal increments of time, just to stand tall and proud, and just to forget the pain inside, just to put the discrimination aside and let her true feelings hide from society and its followers. Mommy used to tell her that she was beautiful, in spite of her persistent disease. That little child did not believe. Is this what would appeal and please, you disgusting excuse for society? Is this exchange of pain and sorrow, in which I fear of tomorrow, what will bring you bliss? Someone, anyone, this child would scream as she was drowning in society's rigorous abyss. Normality, acceptance, and acknowledgement were merely a dream. Now that time has grown with this child, she is a discrepant person. The past inscribed on her body, the inexistent words have seeped. The number of nights she cried herself to sleep, the number of stares that had occurred, the number of laughs she had endured, are horrifying to even Satan's accountants. But what is life to dwell on the past, when life itself can barely last? Our fate is determined for us, but our actions are no chorus. Live by your own actions, not society's creed. Live by morals in which you believe. But what that youthful child would ask, with a half-tortured soul, is that you people in society will help those innocent children, and which their fate they cannot control.
Power to the clap.